It is 9 a.m. and I went to bed so late last night because I was finishing up a video, but the video is done. We have a lot of work to do today. We are here because I'm filming a what I eat in a week video. I'll show you guys some recent recipes that I've been eating a lot of, that I've been enjoying, especially that it's the end of summer. We have some really good produce right now. So let's make some breakfast and move on with the day, and hopefully we'll come up with some fun things to eat to inspire you to enjoy the last few summer weeks.
Recently, I've been kind of uninspired with breakfast, so my most frequented meal in the last few weeks has been a mix of scrambled eggs with different ingredients. So today we've got a combination of chopped up chives and some feta cheese. I also fried up some turkey bacon on the side. And for the eggs, it's really easy to mix in anything pretty much. You put the scrambled eggs in the pan, and then I topped it up with the chopped chives. And then once the eggs were almost done, I added the feta cheese and I turned off the heat and just kind of mix it all in together so the feta cheese melts a little bit and incorporates into the eggs well. Then we plated everything. I toasted some bread. I've been really into this seedy toast from Trader Joe's. Topped it up with some cream cheese and tomatoes because this is just the ultimate toast combination in my opinion. Always salt your tomatoes, and that was pretty much breakfast. Usually for breakfast, you'll see in this video, I have a rotation of different meals that I make, and it's usually something that has to do with scrambled eggs and something on the side, or I do a yogurt bowl with some fruit and some of my favorite granola that I make myself, or I do a protein pancake. So you'll probably see some of those in the video coming up. And sometimes I'm left feeling a little craving for something sweet, and this time I made another cream cheese toast with that seedy bread, but topped it up with some peaches and a little drizzle of honey, and it was so good and fresh and really hit the spot for a little something sweet after breakfast.
But my video is live. My thumbnail turned out way better than I expected. Somehow I always figure it out. But I'm going to head outside real quick. I need to get a few things from Sephora because I just kind of like ran out of skincare. So I'm gonna go to Sephora. I also gotta pick up some packages on the way. We're going to either make lunch or get lunch. We still have so much to do, and it is, what time is it, like 1 p.m. Anyways, but let's head out, move along with the day. Hello again. It's time to make lunch, and I've been wanting to make this carrot salad recipe. It is a raw carrot salad that I've seen all over my Instagram, and everybody's reaction is making me want to try it. So we're gonna try it today. I got some carrots specifically for this.
We're starting off with some chicken thighs that I seasoned with my usual Trader Joe's onion salt that I use on most of my proteins, a little extra salt because I don't find it salty enough, and some black pepper. And I cooked the chicken thighs in a pan. Nothing crazy, nothing special, but the star of the show is this carrot salad. So I started off by first washing the carrots and then also peeling the outer layer before I actually started making ribbons out of the carrots, and I just used the same peeler, and I found that it really helps putting it on some type of surface to help you support the carrot. I also chopped up some green onion to go into the salad later. I did a combination of different sauces. I followed one of the recipes I found online. All the ingredients and measurements and everything will be listed down below in the description for you guys. But this came together quite quickly. I would say the most time consuming part was ribboning the carrots, especially because I did quite a lot of them. And then you mix in everything. You add a good amount of sesame seeds if you like. I like a lot of them, and I always toss a salad with my hands because I feel like it gets the salad dressed the best way possible. And then we plated everything.
But here we are. First taste. No, it is really good. It's very refreshing, pretty easy to make. It's a little bit time consuming in terms of like slicing the carrots. It's actually really good. Hello everyone. I just am having a snack right now. This is a yellow kiwi. I've never had a yellow kiwi until yesterday for the first time. And you know, I'm a person that eats pretty much everything. There are very few things that I do not like. But kiwis were one of those things that I just was like, I'm not really, like I don't really get it. It's like not really that good, and it kind of like hurts my mouth a little bit. And I don't know. And then I went to Trader Joe's the other day. I saw these kiwis, and now I like kiwis. Like, what is that? Especially the yellow one. I don't know how different the yellow one is. I think this is like sweeter than the green one.
Yeah, the green one is like
more sour.
More sour.
But I'm a kiwi gal now, all in one bite. Mmm. It's so like refreshing.
It's so good. It's like drinking water.
Mmm. So good. Reporting live from the Lower East Side. We also, I look like my face is wet because it is 90 degrees at 8 p.m. I don't know what's going on, but we're on the Lower East Side. We are waiting.
It's actually 86.
Excusez-moi. It is 86. And we're waiting for some burritos at this new place called Sondel North on the Lower East Side. I saw it on my Instagram a few days ago and it looked amazing, but unfortunately they're sold out of the carne asada. So we got a chicken one and a shrimp one. So we shall see, but they look incredible. They look like the tortilla looks crazy. So, okay, the burrito's here. I'm trying to not be like hella cringe right now. Anyways, cheers. This is the shrimp. It's so fresh. Okay. Yoni has yet to try his. Ooh, it's got a nice spice. It's good.
As I was just explaining earlier, this breakfast we are having protein pancakes, but I decided to make them more kind of like a Swedish pancake where they're a little bit flappier and bigger and thinner, and we're gonna serve them with some cherry compote, cherry sauce. So I got the cherries in a pan with a little bit of sugar, and they're just cooking and reducing and getting nice and soft. And then for the protein pancakes, I used the buttermilk protein pancake mix from Trader Joe's, and I just added more liquid to make them thinner. And I also put together a little yogurt, maple syrup, and lemon zest, mixed it all together, and layered each pancake one on top of the other. We did pancake, yogurt on top, a little bit of that cherry compote, then another pancake, yogurt, and so on. This was made on a whim. I've never had this recipe before, and it was crazy good.
Oh my god. I honestly didn't expect it to be this good. The biggest thing here is the lemon zest and the yogurt. I just got ready. I finished refilming what I needed to refilm from yesterday. I'm going to a coffee shop, one of my favorite coffee shops to work at in Brooklyn. And I'm meeting my friend Carolina. They have one of my favorite lunch salads of all time. I have to edit what I filmed earlier, and I also need to get started on editing my friend Brenda's wedding video that I filmed for them. But yeah, let's head out.
As I mentioned, this is probably one of my favorite salads and bowls for lunch, and unfortunately it is their summer grain bowl, so it is limited edition and it's probably gonna get off the menu soon. So I decided that I'm going to recreate it for you guys and for myself so that I can make it again. I sliced up a few little tomatoes. I also had these garlic black pepper almonds, so I gave those a rough chop as well since they have almonds in their recipe. I cooked up some farro, which is really easy, it takes 10 minutes, and added in some pesto and mixed it into the farro, which is pretty much how I assume that they make theirs. I would probably wait to cool off the farro. Mine was still hot. And then we plated everything. I took some crispy greens and added this vinaigrette that I had made in my fridge. Added the pesto farro, added some of those tomatoes, and then they also have marinated watermelon in the recipe. I don't know what it's marinated in, so I just added plain old cubed watermelon that I cut up a few days ago. Topped the green salad with some feta. I made some random chicken that I seasoned very simply and just tore it up into little pieces. Added the almonds, and that's pretty much the recipe. And let me tell you, it turned out pretty close to the original, and I will definitely be repeating this recipe.
Hi friends, update. It is now 8 p.m.
You gotta tell me when I'm gonna be on camera.
It's all about being candid, okay? Yoni is going to the store because we need cheddar. I've been working all day. Literally, just now I put my computer away.
Excuse me, we've been working.
We've been working. But I am about to make what has been one of our savior/repeat meals because it's so good, it's so satisfying, it's so filling and nourishing and everything. And it's not even groundbreaking. It is steak taco bowls or burrito bowls or whatever you want to call them. But it's basically steak with fajita vegetables, rice. I'm gonna make a pico de gallo, avocado, cheddar, sour cream, just the works. Everything in a big bowl, and you just go to town. So that's exactly what I need right now, and that's what we're gonna make.
This is nothing crazy, a pretty straightforward recipe that I have been constantly making for Yoni and I on evenings where we just want to eat good and want a meal to come together quickly. So I am slicing up some bell peppers. I usually like to have a mix of colors, but I only had orange. Also sliced up some onion, and then I actually bought specifically some grass-fed beef that was already sliced and sprinkled some taco seasoning on top. And I like to do this before putting it in the pan. I tried both methods, and I feel like this one gets the beef better flavor and better charring. And then I cooked everything in separate pans so it cooks a little bit faster. And while those were on the stove, I started making my pico de gallo, which was just some roughly chopped red onion, also roughly chopped tomatoes, and some cilantro. I like my salsa or pico de gallo very chunky, especially for this recipe. And don't forget, very important, you have to use lime juice, not lemon, a little bit of salt and olive oil. Then I combined the beef and the vegetables together so the vegetables also get that flavor, and plated my bowl. I did a little bit of white rice at the bottom, put on that steak and the vegetables, added some black beans straight out of the can, some cheddar cheese. I add a lot of the pico de gallo, also added some avocado and some sour cream. It's so good, and it's perfect for meal prepping as well.
My little bowl, I load this baby up good. Been eating these like on a repeat. It's been a core meal for us. Good morning, another gloomy day. Today calls for a cozy breakfast, okay? That is savory, a polenta breakfast bowl.
I've made polenta bowls many times before in these videos, but this was a new combination. We are boiling 2 eggs, soft boil 7 minutes. We also are frying up some turkey bacon, and we're making the polenta. I make the polenta a single serving in the microwave because it's just way easier. A cup of water to a quarter cup of polenta, and you mix it in and you cook it for about 5 minutes, and then you take it out and mix it, and then you put it back in if it needs more time. I like to mix some cheddar cheese or some type of cheese in my polenta, and it kind of makes it a little bit of a grits vibe. Then I basically plated everything. This comes together so quickly, especially because the eggs and the turkey bacon are cooking on their own, and then you make the polenta. Everything comes together so fast. I chopped up the turkey bacon into little bits so it's easier to eat in the bowl. I also added some feta and some chopped chives. Always remember to put salt and pepper on top of your boiled eggs. It's all the difference. And then on a whim, I decided to add some of this Trader Joe's hot honey sauce, and it was a game changer.
Guys, This is one of the best ones I've ever made. It's so simple, it's so good, and the game changer, this Trader Joe's spicy honey sauce. Wow. I randomly decided to put this on and I was a little bit skeptical that it might not be good, but it is amazing. Okay, I just got my bag all packed up. I'm gonna go grab a coffee real quick and go work from the conference room downstairs. I have to edit the wedding video, have to get that done. There's a lot of footage that I gotta go through, but I'm just not comfortable like doing it in our apartment because like we don't have stools yet, and it's just not that comfortable to like be on the couch the whole time, especially because we don't really have a table that works. We're also gonna have to record the podcast at some point today. We were gonna record it on a Wednesday and today's Friday, so we didn't do that. It's just we're trying to pre-record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes before we leave for a trip, which is in basically a week and a half. So
for lunch, we are making a niçoise salad, or at least a version of it. We're starting off by quickly pickling some red onion, sliced it, added it to a jar, macerated it with a good amount of salt, poured in a good amount of vinegar and some hot water. And the hot water is a must instead of cold water because it will help break down the onion and pickle it faster. Then I got some asparagus going in a pan to just sizzle it and cook it down a little bit. And then I made this red wine vinaigrette. Again, all the measurements and everything are going to be listed in the description for you to follow. This vinaigrette is the first time that I made it, and it was so good. Simple, pretty basic stuff that I think everyone has in their fridge anyways. And if you make a bigger amount, you can have it in the fridge and just use it on different things throughout the week. And then I plated everything on a bed of crispy lettuce, topped it off with the asparagus, some boiled potatoes, the red onion, and some flaky tuna. This tuna is specifically that comes in a jar called Tanino, I think. This is a must because that tuna quality is incredible. And then drizzled on top some of that red wine vinaigrette.
Just made lunch. I tried to recreate the salad that I had when we went to Seattle. It is a kind of like a niçoise salad. I had a really good one when we went to Seattle, so I was craving that little bite of everything. That's actually really good. Good morning and happy Saturday. We are gonna make breakfast. I have some leftover rice, I have some kimchi, I have eggs. We are going to make some kimchi fried rice. I mean, you know, is it fried rice or do I just call it fried rice? That is to be determined by other people that know how to make proper fried rice. But that's what I call it because it's like you wanna make it with leftover rice, you fry it up in a pan. So, you know, that's the gist.
This recipe is really simple and straightforward, and I love it. I can't believe I haven't talked about this recipe before because I used to make it all the time. But you take a good amount of kimchi, however much your heart desires, and give it a good chop. I like mine pretty small. And then you just cook it in a pan with a little bit of sesame oil for that extra flavor. And you let it basically sweat out the water and get a little bit crispy and get a little bit cooked. And then you add your leftover rice, cook that in, mix it all in. And then you're going to add some scrambled eggs and push everything to the side and let the scrambled eggs scramble on their own before you mix it in with the rest of the rice. And I also drizzle in a little bit of tamari or soy sauce, whatever you prefer. You add it in a bowl, topped it up with a little bit of green onion, and I like to add a good heaping amount of fresh kimchi on top. This is a great kimchi recipe to get in all of your probiotics nice and early in the morning.
I just got ready. I am going to bike over to Manhattan and I think I want to go to La Cabra. I've been meaning to have some time to continue reading my book that I started last week and I just like haven't had the time. So I'm gonna bike over and I just really want to find a good spot to read for a little bit.
How are you today? I got a coffee. I got an iced cappuccino with regular milk, and I made my way to Union Square Market because the farmers market is happening today, and I actually want to get a few things for lunch for when we go back home. But for now, I got two things. One I've had before, and it was surprisingly so good. Like, I got it on a whim because I needed to spend $5 to pay with card in one place, and I got this almond cardamom little cake, and I also got this little plum tart. That's like such a delicate flavor, but it's so good. That is so good. I'm gonna try to like recreate this. Wow, that's really good. Yoni is on his way to meet me here, and then we'll go home together. But I wanted to grab some bread, some cheese, and some tomatoes for lunch because I'm really craving something specific. And we're at the farmer's market. We gotta get the good tomatoes.
Tomatoes from two different vendors. I got some very beautifully aged cheddar. I love a good sharp aged cheddar. This is really good, kind of creamy, not too hard, so it's gonna be perfect. Then I got some sourdough. Look at this beauty. We're gonna be making my favorite fried tomato cheddar toast.
This is one of my favorite things to make in the summer, and it's so easy, and I can't believe I haven't made it yet because I've just been so busy. It was another one of those things on my list, but all you have to do is get some good, crispy, fresh bread. It has to be. You drizzle some olive oil in a pan and you toast the bread on both sides until it gets nice and toasty and browned. Then you rub a garlic clove all over the bread to give it that garlicky taste. I like a lot on mine, but do what works for you. And then we crumbled that cheddar, put it on top. We sliced those beautiful tomatoes. I like a thick slice. The thicker the better in my opinion. Added a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and decided to also add some chopped chives since they were just in my fridge.
Me, you have seen prettier toasts because I would not believe you. It's just perfect. We just got ready to go have dinner, and we were gonna cook at home. I was gonna make a whole recipe, a whole thing, but then this happened. And we're gonna go celebrate. I reached 500,000 subscribers today. I don't wanna be that person that's like, oh my god, thank you so much. But also, like, if you're watching this, whenever you're watching it, I appreciate you. If you subscribed, if you've watched even one video, even clicked on one video, didn't even watch it, I still appreciate you. And I mean, this is crazy because Yonya was just telling me that he somewhere has a screenshot of my profile when I only had 100 subscribers. My first video on YouTube was on September 18th, 2020. So September of this year coming up, I will literally have done this for 4 years, which is crazy. So I'm just really appreciative, and we're gonna go get some food to eat, a little bite, and then drink some wine. And yeah, just have a little moment of gratitude. And how do we feel about these summer sandals, these ones with socks for like fall? I don't know about it, but it's dark, so nobody can see it anyways.
The only thing I want to say is that I'm super proud of you, and I will find that picture, and I think it's in my phone where you have like 100 subscribers. I remember we were watching it.
Oh, we were watching it go from 99 to 100?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm gonna have to find that.
Yeah, well, here we are, guys.
Here we are, guys.
for breakfast this morning, I was feeling a little bit lazy and I just wanted something simple. So I had some cherries going in a pan with a little bit of maple syrup to make that same sauce, and then scooped some yogurt into a bowl, added the stewed up, warmed up cherries on top. Some days are just simple like this and I don't make anything too complicated or fancy or complex, especially because I wanted to get out of the house and go grab a little treat.
This is my Sunday ritual. I just got to Domino Park here in Williamsburg after going to Greenpoint to stop at Radio Bakery, and I got a ham and butter baguette. It's actually kind of hot right now, but it also feels like it's about to rain, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna rain. So I'm not gonna be here for too long, but this view, do you see it? I love this park so much. It's like right by the water and it's so nice and quiet. I'm just gonna eat my sandwich and read my book for a little bit if I can find a spot.
And finally, for dinner, we are making some Japanese sweet potatoes. Just puncture the skin with a fork, wrap it up in a tin foil, and then you put it at 450 degrees for about an hour. So I got started on those early, and then when they were ready, I started making some steak for Yoni and I. That's not all for me. I seasoned it with some random seasonings, cooked it about, medium rare. And I started making a little green salad with that same dressing that I had in my fridge. I love a crispy green salad. It makes for the perfect side, especially when you have stronger in flavor items like steak and sweet potatoes. And I also decided to make a little burrata and tomato plate. And then we plated everything. I like to mash up my sweet potato a little bit and then add some butter on top, and it melts into the potato more. And always add salt and pepper to the sweet potato because it's so sweet, it needs that balance. But then I decided to go crazy and add that hot honey from Trader Joe's right on top. And that's pretty much it for this video. This meal was a 10 out of 10, always hits the spot. Let me know if you guys try any of the recipes. Excuse my reactions, I'm always so extra, but I just love food so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and end up making some of these recipes, and I'll see you guys next week.